Okay, in this video we're going to determine the value of theta in radian measure if theta is between 0 and 2 pi given a particular ratio. So sine theta is equal to root 3 over 2. So root 3 over 2 is a special ratio. It's one of your special triangles. You can't do this question without a calculator unless if it's not a special angle, but it is in this case. So you have to either remember what that is or remember your special triangle for root 3 over 2. So the root 3 over 2 triangle looks like this. Root 3, 2, that's 1. And for sine to be equal to root 3 over 2, we're looking for this angle, which is your pi by 3 angle. So we know that sine of pi by 3 equals root 3 over 2. So theta is going to be equal to pi by 3. However, that's not the only answer. There are going to be two answers, and typically for these questions there will be two answers. And that's because sine is positive in two quadrants. By your cast rule, it's positive in the first and the second quadrant. We got the answer in the first quadrant, right? This answer is the one in the first quadrant. So there was this angle here. We got that one. But there's also the angle over here that has the same related acute. Right? So that angle there is pi by 3. But what's this angle? Which has the same related acute as pi by 3. And that would be the angle pi minus pi by 3, which is 2 pi by 3. So there are two answers, both pi by 3 and 2 pi by 3. You have to get them both. Okay, another example would be something like this. Let's say cosine of theta is, let's go negative 1 over root 2. So again, well, negative 1 over root 2 is not a special ratio, but 1 over root 2 is. That's your pi by 4 triangle. Right, so this is pi by 4. The other side's 1, 1, and root 2. So we know that cosine of pi by 4 is 1 over root 2. Now we're not looking for 1 over root 2, we're looking for minus 1 over root 2. But you just have to think, where is cosine negative? Which quadrants? So there's two quadrants by the cast rule, the second quadrant and the fourth quadrant. So you're going to have to get both those answers. How are you going to get, so where is the related acute in the second quadrant? Pi by 4. So if this is pi by 4, what is this angle? And that would just be pi minus pi by 4, which is 3 pi by 4. You might be able to do this without writing the calculation down. So theta equals 3 pi by 4, or there's also this angle in the third quadrant with the related acute of pi by 4. What is that angle? And the way you get that is by doing pi plus pi by 4, which is 5 pi by 4. So the other answer is 5 pi by 4. So that's just another example where we get, and notice again there's two answers, and there typically will be two answers if it's one of your, if the range is from 0 to 2 pi and it's one of your special angles. Now I just want to do one more where it's slightly different. Let's say we're given something like sine of theta equals 1. Sine theta equals 1 is not one of your special triangles. Your angles in your special triangles, sine theta is never 1. So this is one where you have to think of that definition, sine theta equals y over r. If sine theta is y over r, and that equals 1, that means y is equal to r. And remember that x squared plus y squared is equal to r squared. So if this is true, then x equals 0. So we have a point, so remember x, y is a point on your terminal arm. The point must be of the form 0 something. Doesn't matter what you take it equal to. Let's say it was 0, 1. So the terminal arm would be here at the point 0, 1. If it was 0, 2, it would still be the same terminal arm. Here's the angle though. So the angle is pi by 2, right, a quarter of a rotation. Okay. Anytime the angle is pi by 2, or pi, or 3 pi by 2, or 0, or 2 pi, you have to think of sine theta, or cos theta, or tan theta, whichever one you're doing, like this, and then figure out what x and y would be, and then get your value for theta that way. Here, I'll just do another one quickly just to show you. Let's say it was cosine theta equals minus 1. So again, I'm going to think cosine theta equals x over r. R can't be negative, so let's let x equal negative 1, in which case r would have to be 1, because it would be negative 1, because I know this is negative 1. Therefore, y would equal 0, right, because that's to satisfy x squared plus y squared equals r squared. And if these two are true, then this must be true. So therefore, the point on the terminal arm would be minus 1, 0. So whereas minus 1, 0, that's right here. So this is the terminal arm. So this is the angle from the x-axis to the negative positive x-axis to the negative x-axis. So the angle is half a rotation. Therefore, it is pi.